If your pipe keeps going out, your tobacco tastes harsh, and relighting every few minutes is your new normal, this video is specifically for you. Wet tobacco is the silent killer of a good bowl. It doesn't taste wrong in an obvious way, it just tastes off, flat, maybe even muted, and something like you have to fight the entire smoke. Some people blame their pipe, some people blame technique, and almost nobody thinks to blame the tobacco, and sometimes they should. I'm Joseph Foy, been smoking a pipe for over 20 years. I live in tobacco country, North Carolina. This is the Carolina pipe. When I first started smoking a pipe, I went through 3 or 4 different blends trying to find one that I thought would taste good. And I kept thinking the tobaccos were all bad. They were harsh, they were muted, and just tasted like hot air. The old men at my tobacco shop saw me go through baggie after baggie of their bulk aromatic blends. And eventually one of them walked over one day, grabbed my baggie of tobacco after he saw me struggling, and just pinched it between his fingers. He looked at me and said, "Son, I know your problem. Your tobacco's too wet, and you're fighting moisture every single second." He showed me the paper plate method that day, and I've used it ever since. And since then, I haven't blamed the tobacco for a problem without checking its moisture level first. This is how you can know if your tobacco is too wet before you even smoke it, and it's called the squeeze test. Today, I'm going to show you off of a notoriously wet tobacco called Blood Red Moon, one of the most popular selling cherry aromatics on the market today. To do the squeeze test, you're going to put a little bit of tobacco on your plate, and you're going to clump it together and squeeze it in your fingers into a little ball. Not hard, not firm pressure, just light. Count to 3, and then let go. If it stays clumped up like that, it's a little too wet. You can also tell if it feels damp at the same time. It shouldn't feel any moisture in your fingertips. If after a few minutes you come and you gather it together, clump it, and it breaks apart nicely, feels dry and nothing's clumping together, then it's ready to smoke. You can go ahead and pack it. However, if you wait and you bundle it together and you bunch it up and squeeze, and it crumbles into dust or crunches like dry leaves on an autumn afternoon, then you've gone in too far in the other direction. We'll cover the fix for that later in this video. The squeeze test only takes a few seconds, so just try it before you smoke. It'll tell you everything you need to know about the moisture level of your blend. Here's what's actually happening when you smoke wet tobacco. When you light wet tobacco, the heat now has 2 jobs. It has to burn the tobacco itself while carrying moisture through the bowl and up through the stem into the mouthpiece. Now, normally, one doesn't make it hot, but doing 2 jobs requires it to be much hotter than normal inside your pipe. That extra heat ends up being all you're tasting. You're not getting those flavor compounds, you're getting steam and hot air instead. This is why wet tobacco feels harsh, even if the blend is supposed to be smooth. It's why, even though you're smoking slowly and using the breath method, you still get tongue bite. And it's why you fight having to relight every few minutes, because your flame is battling water instead of battling dry tobacco leaves. The tobacco isn't your problem, moisture is, and luckily, moisture is the easiest problem to fix in pipe smoking. Today, we have 3 fixes, and I'm going to rank them from fastest to most thorough. To start, we have the plate method. We've already talked about this. You're going to take the tobacco that you want to smoke, you're going to spread it out on a plate, and you're going to let it sit for a while. The old man at Boda said you don't want to put it in sunlight, you want to keep it in a nice room temperature environment. Then you're going to set a timer for 5 to 10 minutes and come back and check. When you come back after 10 minutes, do a squeeze test again. It should feel lighter, drier, and ready to smoke. Normally 10 minutes is all you need. If it doesn't, spread it back out again, set a timer for 3 to 5 minutes, and check it again. Personally, this is my go-to method for almost every blend I smoke. It takes 5 to 10 minutes, and it improves the flavor of every blend and every bowl of tobacco that you're going to smoke. Fix number 2, we're going to do with one of the most popular selling English blends on the market, Peterson's Early Morning Pipe. This is called the jar method. If you have a blend that's often too damp, especially out of the tin, and all of it's wet, instead of putting bowl by bowl on a paper plate, you just open your jar first and let it sit on the counter. Let it sit for 1 to 2 hours. This is going to allow for the blend to dry at a more consistent ratio. I use this when I open a fresh tin or a fresh bag. I typically don't use it if the blend itself doesn't eat it that often. This is more for extreme cases. Fix 3 is the rehydration method. Let's say you put it on a paper plate or opened your jar and forgot about it and came back the next day and it's as crumbly and the leaves turned to dust. Here's your easy fix. You're going to take your tobacco and you're going to find a sealable plastic baggie. I use the gallon Ziploc baggies, so they're with a zipper. It's easier to do than the actual pinch method. Then you're going to put an extra piece of white bread or a piece of crust in loaf of a bread. You're going to put that in with your tobacco, seal it, and let it sit for up to 48 hours, sometimes a little, maybe 72 hours. Some people like to do this with fruit peels, oranges or apples, or whatever they might think will aid in the flavor profiles of the blend. I do not recommend this for a couple reasons. One, it will alter the taste of the blend you're trying to smoke permanently. And two, fruit peels can often lead to mold, and mold you might not even see can grow through and ruin all of your tobacco. Now, how do you prevent the problem in the first place? And the answer to that's simple. That's just your storage method. Plastic baggies, even though they seem sealed, gradually leak air. The easiest and most cost-effective method is a glass jar. Some people use mason jars. I have a tin of Erringobroch Irish cream in an old tomato sauce jar. Make sure you clean it and wash it thoroughly, but any glass jar with an airproof lid will suffice. The best part about glass jars is that they don't leak moisture or air. So the condition you put your tobacco inside the jar is the condition you're going to get it the next time you open your jar. No, you've seen the jars on my railings behind my videos, and that's not just for decoration. It's how I personally store all of my tobaccos. When they come, or I get it from the store, first thing I do, I open the pouch of the tin and I pour in a fresh, clean jar. I then take the jar personally and I label it with the blend and a date. That helps with cellaring if you do like to age your tobaccos, and for English blends, I recommend it. So you've got wet tobacco. Do the squeeze test before you start, then dry it on a paper plate for 5 to 10 minutes. If that still isn't enough, you need a more severe option. Do the open jar method for 1 to 2 hours. And then to prevent the problem in the first place, make sure you store it in a clean glass jar. That'll give you consistent humidity, temperature, and airflow or lack thereof every single time. Do all of these things and you'll never blame your tobacco for a bad bowl again, because the tobacco was never the issue. It was the moisture. Tomorrow, I'm going to cover what we call the dump test. It's how the old men at my shop knew if their bowl was smoked well before they even had to look inside of it. My name's Joseph Foy. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps our channel. This is the Carolina Pipe. Welcome to the porch.